Peter Pan series of The Price of a Fall. It's a new one, so let's start our timer. The Price of a Fall. Most parents would love nothing more than to wrap their children in a bubble wrap before they head out to the door to play, and it's understandable that statistics regarding childhood injuries or related deaths are disheartening. According to the National Safety Council, unintentional injuries are the leading cause of death in children, with falls being the most common cause. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, each year there are approximately 140 deaths and over 3 million emergency room visits due to fall-related injuries in children under the age of 15. So infant falls. The baby can roll over. Learning that your baby can roll over can be exciting news, but that depends on how the discovery was made. See this every so often. I know my parents are caregivers. Statistically, the most common fall for this age group is off the changing table or a couch or another equally high surface. Unless the child cries for an extended period of time after the fall or displays signs of a concussion or other brain trauma, the incident is considered just another milestone in the developing child's life. The baby will be picked up, briefly checked, and then comforted, leaving the trauma caused to his or her spine undetected. Toddler falls. Your toddling toddler. Your little ones have finally learned how to walk, but in the process they have probably spent more time on the bottom than on their feet. Due to the center of gravity, learning to walk can cause a lot of falls. Of course, not every fall will cause a spinal injury, but as they accumulate, repetitive stress injuries may occur. These repetitive stresses injuries do not just affect the spine, but also the sacrum or the tailbone. The sacrum is the foundation of the spine, and the foundation can be misaligned by falls and tumbles. When the sacrum is misaligned, it can result in your child's spine not growing straight. Childhood falls. Your adventurous preschooler. It may surprise you to learn that according to the National Center for Injury Prevention and Control, the majority of falls for this age group are out of a window. A window left open just 5 inches poses a danger to a curious child, as falls from windows tend to be the most severe and or fatal. Even a closed window can be dangerous if a couch or sofa is pushed up against it. This can be a temptation to a little climber, and falling through glass will cause serious and often fatal injuries. In 2002, 113 children died from window falls, and children ages 4 and under accounted for more than half of those deaths. Pre-adolescent falls. Most moms will not be surprised to learn that the majority of falls between the ages of 5 to 14 occur on school or public playground equipment. In the last decade, an estimated 150 children in the age group died, and each year more than 200,000 children are treated in hospital emergency rooms for playground-related falls. Most common equipment for childhood injuries are swings are 87,000, monkey bars are 68,000, slides are 49,000, and seesaws are 11,000, and other are 22,000. Who's at risk? All children, girls versus boys. All children are at risk, but statistics prove that girls sustain slightly more injuries than boys. 55% of playground injuries are sustained by girls. 45% of injuries are sustained by boys. And children ages 5 to 9 are at the highest risk. What can we do? Accident-prone child. We can't prevent most falls, so it's very important for parents to be able to recognize which of their children is more prone to falls and tumbles. The adventurous child that shows no fear, the distracted child that doesn't pay attention to what they're doing, the clumsy child that frequently stumbles and trips. Playground safety. When taking your child to a playground, make sure that it is safe. Safe surfaces, playgrounds, number 1, playground surface. Surfaces around all playground equipment should be made of impact-absorbent materials that extend 6 feet in all directions from the equipment. Make sure that play structures more than 30 feet high or spaced at least 9 feet apart and have guardrails to prevent falls. Check for dangerous hardware, open S-hooks protruding bolt ends, sharp points, or edges. Make sure spaces that could trap children, such as openings and guardrails, or between ladder rungs, measure less than 35 inches. I think I said that wrong earlier, didn't I? I did. 30 inches high. So between ladder rungs, measure less than 35 inches or more than 9 inches. Look for a tripping hazard like exposed concrete footings, tree stumps, and rocks. Check playgrounds regularly, see what the equipment is in good condition, and always carefully supervise children. Wellness chiropractic visits. Spinal nervous system. Your family wellness chiropractor is the only individual trained to detect subtle traumas to the spine. So, one of the easiest things this chiropractor can do is a spinal evaluation, and they can check the posture and alignment of the child's hips and shoulders and scapula, sacrum, and ears, and then actually see a little bit of curvature of the spine, along with like a thermal scan that picks up that too. So having your child's spinal evaluated can avoid serious problems developing in the future. Not every fall means your child will need an adjustment, but after every fall, your child needs to be checked. Your doctor of chiropractic is dedicated to growing a healthy child. Take a moment today to schedule a posture screening to be sure that your son or daughter's spine is developing correctly. So if you go to Back to Life, Chiropractic website, KY, on the YouTube channel, there's a link to it. But if you go to the posture category, there's actually a score sheet for you to actually score your child or help you score your child's posture. So it's good if your child's posture scores crisis or average, you should get them checked. And then if they do have a fall, you should have them checked. Doesn't mean they always make adjustments, but you can always should get them checked. So we'll see you next week or next time. And remember, if you go to Back to Life Chiropractic KY, you can go to the calendar of events, and that'll show you which, we do different workshops each week. And then if you go back to Life 5-minute workshops, then you can get these 5-minute things that just help you keep on track and keep motivated.